What is up, guys? What is up? What is up? I don't know what that was, but I just felt like trying something new. So, today, we're going to be getting into another reaction video. And you might be asking, YB, why are you doing some reaction videos? I kind of just was in the mood to do another reaction video, but I was also thinking that maybe we could make this a series. Maybe we could do something, once a week. We come down, sit down, we react to something, motivational, inspirational, something educational, anything along those lines of, me voicing my opinion on somebody's opinion on something or something along those lines. And I just thought, it could be a good idea. We come back, maybe the last video is on Sunday. This video is going to drop on Sunday again. Maybe we could just keep it going with the Sundays, have any type of thing happening on Sunday, any type of reaction video on Sunday. And, it could be something that you guys look forward to every week. Get a little bit of information or inspiration or motivation, to go into your next week, start off Monday morning nice and fresh. And I just think this is something that I'll enjoy and you'll enjoy too. So we're going to hop right into this. Today we have Warren Buffett. So we're going to be reacting to Warren Buffett give his advice on how to become successful. So for those of you who don't know what Warren Buffett is, he's kind of regarded as one of the world's best investors. I don't want to say best investors, but he's kind of regarded as, he's one of the most famous, I would like to say. A lot of people usually know who Warren Buffett is, and, he has a high net worth, I believe around close to $80 billion. So if there's somebody we want to listen to, is this guy right here. So we're going to hop right into some tips, see what he has to say about being successful, and just go right into it. So this is Warren Buffett shares advice on becoming successful. This is from Yahoo Finance, a quick little interview he did back in 2019. And we're just going to hop right into it, see what Warren Buffett got to say. Just make sure it's beginning, and let's go.
Warren, how would you define true success?
Well, I've said many times that if you get to be 65 or 70 and later, and the people that you want to have love you actually do love you, you're a success. I've never seen anybody that reaches that age. I mean, I'm not talking about somebody that's in extreme poverty or pain or something, but I've never seen anybody that, if they have a lot of people that love them, that is other than happy. And I've seen some very, very wealthy people that they give testimonial dinners to and name schools after and everything. Nobody loves them, Their own kids would say, he's in the attic, They never came.
What are, say, 3 pieces of advice you would give to people who are looking to succeed in business?
Well, by far the best investment you can make is in yourself. I mean, for example, communication skills. I tell the students that come that.
I gotta stop. I agree with him 110%. By far the best investment is on yourself and just taking the time to grow yourself as a person, learn new different skills, learn, anything that you can do to maybe one day benefit yourself in the future. It's kind of what I'm doing with the YouTube channel. I'm trying to better myself, learn a couple new things about editing, new things about video, all along those lines. So I completely agree with Warren Buffett here. Take time to invest and learn about yourself and discover new talents or new skills that you might have never even thought of having. So completely agree with this one.
They're going to graduate schools and business, and they're learning all these complicated formulas and all that. If they just learn to communicate better, and both in writing and in person, they increase their value at least 50%. And, I mean, if you can't communicate, somebody says, it's like winking at a girl in the dark. Nothing happens, basically. And you have to be able to get forth your ideas, and that's relatively easy. I did it myself with the Dale Carnegie course. Some people wish I'd taken a shorter course now in terms of my talking later on, but it's just hugely important. And if you invest in yourself, nobody can take it away from you. I mean,
That's interesting, though, how he talks about learn how to communicate. I do agree communication is extremely necessary, not only in the financial life, but, in relationships or just in any type of general situation in general. Communication is key. It's kind of cool how, an investor of his magnitude, his success level, is also emphasizing on learning how to communicate and properly, project your ideas into the future, into the world. That's pretty cool. That's interesting.
the second thing, which I'll get a certain criticism for not living it, but I do tell those students, that if I gave you a car and it'd be the only car you get in the rest of your life, you'd take care of it like you can't believe it. Any scratch, you'd fix that moment. You read the owner's manual. You keep a garage and do all these things, and you get exactly one mind and one body in this world. And you can't start taking care of it when you're 50. By that time, you'll have rusted out if you haven't done anything. So you should really make sure that you just remember that you just got one mind and body to get through life with and to do the most with it.
What about life?
That's a very interesting piece of advice right there. He's essentially saying, guys, that remember that throughout your life, you're only going to have one body and one mind. You know, your physical health and mental health are extremely important. And it's important that, you know, we take the time to understand that and know that this is all we got. No matter how it looks, how it is, how we think, how we feel, this is all us, and this is everything we're going to have for the rest of our lives. So it's important to take care of that. I really, really enjoy that piece of advice. You know, a lot of people take for granted their health and their mental state, and it's something that even us starting super young, we should start taking care of, you know, our health, our eating habits, our, you know, exercising, staying fit, and especially taking care of mental health. One of the biggest disregards, especially at our young age, we need to focus a lot on those two aspects.
Advice.
Well, life advice is, the most important thing, aside from the things I've talked about already, is really who you associate with. You want to associate with people that are better than you are. I mean, basically, you'll go in the direction of the people that you associate with, and you want to have the right heroes. You want people, if you want to emulate somebody, you better pick very carefully who you want to emulate. And when obviously you can't pick your parents, they're going to have an enormous influence on you, but you don't get a choice on that. But you get choices as you go down the line, and who you admire, who you want to copy, and the most important for most people in terms of that decision is their spouse. It's also important in terms of a partner in business, but the partner in life is the most important one. You want to pick a spouse that's better than you are, and then he or she, and you hope they don't figure it out too fast.
Great. Biggest mistakes people make.
I like that, though, talking about how in life we gotta understand that the people around us are always going to influence our state and our mind and our success level inevitably, because the people around us, the people in our circle, the people we hang out with the most, you know, are the ones that will influence us the most, essentially. I completely agree with that, and especially with the spouse thing, that's super interesting. Always got to make sure you have a good partner by your side. That's 100% of the truth. And somebody at that age, I don't know exactly how old he is, but you can tell that's some good advice right there, especially when it's coming from someone his age who's had a lot of experience, I'm sure, with life and with people and relationships. So that's cool.
You have a pretty cool morning routine regarding what you have for breakfast and how prosperous you feel. What is that?
Well, that was, I now actually send somebody over to McDonald's usually to get me something. since the publicity I got from earlier describing my habits at McDonald's, I now have somebody go in the office, but that was more for entertainment value. I eat exactly what I like to eat. If I liked it on my 6th birthday, at my 6th birthday party when we had hot dogs and hamburgers and Coke and ice cream with chocolate, I still like it. And I don't care about anything subsequently. That I discovered it all by the time I was 6. If somebody had offered me a deal when I was 20 and said, you're going to live 1 year longer, you know, instead of living to 88, you'll live to 89 or whatever it may be, if you eat nothing but broccoli and Brussels sprouts and onions and all these things, I just said, I'll, take the last year off. It probably won't be that good anyway. I mean, so I eat what I like to eat.
Okay.
I'm not venturesome in that area.
I like how you...
That's kind of interesting, way to think about things. Nah, he's a clown. That's funny. That's funny.
lumped in onions with broccoli and Brussels sprouts.
Well,
Never heard that.
I just don't happen to like onions, but no, I don't put them in the same category.
Okay. You and George H.W. Bush, I think. Is business school worth it?
Depends on the person. much more than it depends on the school. I mean, I wouldn't worry. Some people are going to get a lot out of advanced education, and some people are going to get very little. And I don't even think it's important that every person go to college at all. I mean, we have all kinds of jobs at 70 or so thousand a year, 80,000 a year that college training is not of use. And I actually was not keen on going to college myself.
That's interesting. One of the wealthiest men in the world talking about how college, he doesn't really seem keen on it. Again, he also stated that it is a preference. You know, some people might get a lot out of going to business school, as he was saying, or some people might get a lot out of not going to school, even for business. And that's just really, really interesting how the world has kind of shifted. You know, somebody with his mind, his age, I'm sure back in when he was a kid, he was supposed to go to college. I'm sure he was attacked or really, really focused. His parents focused on him, you know, going to school, doing all this stuff. And it's kind of interesting how somebody now doesn't really see, you know, a necessity in it as maybe as it was several years back. That's kind of interesting.
Oh, yeah, my dad kind of jollied me into it. He could get me to do anything. But if they'd had an SAT test in those days, he would have taken the test for me. but because I knew I could have a good time, and I liked investing, and I didn't really feel I could read the books. So I don't, it's a big commitment to take 4 years, and the cost involved, and maybe the loans involved, and everything. I think
Super huge.
depending on what your interests are in life, I don't think it's for everybody. I think it's for a lot of people, but there ought to be a reason you're going, and I didn't really see much reason.
See, that's the biggest thing I've talked about in my circle with my people. You know, college, it's great and all, but if you don't see a reason why you're going to college, I feel like you shouldn't be investing the time and the money into the school. You know, I've seen a lot of people that go into school undecided, not knowing what's the reason why they're in there. They're just kind of in there because, you know, that's the way life is kind of pushed them towards. I completely agree with that because it's like essentially you're wasting a lot of time, wasting a lot of money, and you don't know if that route is going to be for you. You know, college isn't going to go anywhere. And why not take a year, 2 years off, you know, really, really take the time to focus on you and, you know, try new things, learn new skills, see what you like and see what you enjoy, and then go back to school if you decide, you know, that's the route you want to take and you have an end goal with that route. You know, I just personally believe that just jumping into school kind of with no real reason to go to school isn't really the smartest thing. So I definitely agree with Warren Buffett on this one.
Favorite book?
Well, the favorite book from an the book that had the most impact on my life was The Intelligent Investor by Ben Graham.
I knew you were going to say that. Favorite TV show?
That's a book that I kind of really need to order as soon as I can. I've heard so much good things about that book. The Intelligent Investor, that's something that I need to add to my arsenal of books. And Warren Buffett recommended it. Even more reason to just go and buy it.
And finally, what do you carry in your wallet, and how much money do you tend to carry around?
Well, I probably carry maybe $400. I actually my wife likes to use cash, so I just take home a chunk of cash every now and then she doles it out. She looks at my billfold and sees whether all the hundreds are gone. Six of you in there. But, it's pretty simple.
And a credit card?
$400 in his pocket.
I've got an American Express card, which I got in 1964, but I pay cash 98% of the time. If I'm in a restaurant, I always pay cash. It's just easier.
Warren Buffett,
Pays
thanks
cash.
very much.
That's interesting. He pays cash for certain things. I kind of am in the exact opposite way. So, I just want to thank everybody for watching the video into its entirety. I hope you guys got a lot out of this information. A lot of Mr. Buffett, all the stuff that he was able to teach us in those little 7-8 minutes of the interview. I learned a lot. You know, a lot of things that I had in my mind kind of was also in his mind. And that's super, super interesting to think somebody my age, 19 years old, all the way down from however old he is. I'm sure he's in his 70s, 80s. You know, it's kind of cool to see somebody's mindset from that age and to kind of compare how I'm thinking about things and how he's thinking about things. So I hope you guys learned a lot. Hope you guys got a lot of information out of this, a lot of value. If you guys enjoy anything that I'm doing with this kind of series type of thing, let me know in the comments. Let me know if there's any videos you want me to react to down below. I'll definitely look into all of them. I take all suggestions dearly. And I'm just really glad you guys stuck to the end of the video. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys next week, and have a good day.